A question I get from a lot of homeowners is, how do you get your turf to look so good? And it starts with having good lines, not only these stripes you see behind me here in the turf, but also along the edges of the turf as well. And I want to show you how I do that. Hey, I'm Dr. Tom Warren, and you're watching The Plant Doctor. What we're going over today is how to edge your grass with a weed eater. Let's get started. So what I use is a multi-purpose attachment Husqvarna motor, and I have several different attachments. I use this to edge with on my concrete, and then I use the weed eater to edge around the bed lines. But I want to show you, if you don't have this, say you just have a weed eater, how to edge your grass with your weed eater. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my weed eater attachment here, I'm just going to snap it in, and the whole objective of this is to get your weed eater cord straight up and down, a 90-degree angle. And so what I like to do, some people will just flip it and hold it this way. So you see here, there's multiple angles, and this is why this is angled this way. So if I was just weed eating, I hold here on the top. If I'm going to edge with it, I just flip it like that, and then my head is at 90 degrees. But what I like to do also, and this is personal preference, I will rest my elbow on the motor. Be careful doing that. Make sure that that is not the muffler side on your weed eater, because you will burn your elbow if you do that. And what I do, once I just grab it on the side like that, I rest that motor on my elbow, and we just go straight down the edge just like this, as far down as we need to go. And you may be asking yourself, well, do I stand on the concrete side or do I stand on the grass side? And my personal preference is to stand on the concrete side, because for me, it's easier to bring the weed eater in and keep it close to the concrete than stand over here and have to push it out to keep it close to the concrete. You'll have to play with it a little bit to see what works best for you. But sometimes that decision is made for you. Pay close attention to the direction that your weed eater spins in. It's going to sling rocks, it's going to sling dirt, it's going to sling debris in the direction that this spins in. So for example, if I've got a window behind me, so mine spins in a counterclockwise direction. And so if I have a window behind me, or if I have an expensive vehicle behind me, what I'll do is I'll turn. I like to stand on the concrete, but I'll turn to the grass side, and I'll go this way with it so that my debris shoots the opposite direction of the window or the Mercedes or whatever is behind me here, so that I don't damage that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put my microphone on mute. I'm going to crank up the weed eater. I'm going to weed eat this little section to show you how it's done. Up of what we've done here. So this is the edge that we've done with the weed eater. As we get around the corner, I intentionally stopped so you could see the difference. So it's imperative that we hold our blade real steady so we get a nice clean edge like we've got right here. You don't want to be all wobbly, because then you're going to start scalping the grass and stuff like that. But as we get around the corner, this is where I stopped. So you can see right here, this has been edged, and then around the corner, it leans over the concrete a little bit. So it can be done. You've got to have a steady hand to do it. I'll make sure to leave a link down in the description below for the Husqvarna or something similar motor and all the little attachments that I have for it. If you click on the link and purchase it, it'll help us out just a tiny amount here on the channel. I also want to thank BLACKJACK Horticulture for the t-shirt. One of the best landscape companies in the Birmingham area, in my personal opinion. I'll also leave a link down in the description to their website. If you want to see some awesome landscape work, go check them out on the web. And guys, as always, thank you for watching The Plant Doctor. And until next time, happy gardening.